Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya De Satarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Goratise Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Taruvasya Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you for our Srimad Bhagavatam class. We were discussing about how Daksha offended Lord Shiva, and Mother Sati actually wanted to make a negotiation, wanted to try to make Daksha, her father, understand how great is Lord Shiva and how he has got very good amount of misunderstanding about Lord Shiva. That was the actual real intention of Mother Sati. You remember last time we had elaborately discussed on this, how Mother Sati had one thing in her mind. So Mother Sati, when she reaches the arena, there is lot of arrangements. Sometimes we make some arrangements for the festivals, Flower Holi or Janmashtami, but this is done by the demigods. Very beautiful decorations, there are flags, there are yajna kundas, and there are brahmanas chanting the mantras. Beautiful atmosphere. So as soon as Sati enters, no one wants to even look at Sati in fear of Daksha, except Sati's sisters and mothers. Sati's own father, Daksha, also didn't even look at Sati. Only Sati's mothers and sisters, they received Sati. They were crying, but Sati was not at all interested for all the reception that her mothers and sisters gave. She was concerned what my father Daksha is going to do. And Daksha was least bothered. Daksha didn't even look at Sati. And Sati didn't even took a seat. She was standing. And while standing, she started speaking these verses in order to make make Daksha understand what mistake he has done or he is doing by offending Lord Shiva. So we have to understand that the first thing today we will be discussing is from Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, that Daksha is a devotee of Krishna. Daksha is not a non-devotee of Krishna. Today's topic is entitled as Holy Name Seminar, or how to chant the holy names of Krishna nicely. We should understand that so long we are continuing to do offenses, the holy name and our chanting of holy name will never be revealed to us. We'll not be able to chant with attention. We'll not be able to chant with devotion. There is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita which says, Bahu janma kari jadi shravan kirtan. All of you, anyone repeat? Anyone? One person? Anyone? Oh, you're not able to. You can unmute. One devotee, yes. Bahu janma kari jadi shravan kirtan.
Bahu janma jadi kari sharana kirtan.
Tabuna paibe Krishna pade premadhan.
Tabuna paibe Krishna pade premadhan.
Bahu janma kari jadi shravan kirtan. Tabuna paibe Krishna pade premadhan. If we do lot of chanting of holy names for long period of time, long time, lifetime after lifetime we chant. But if our devotion to Krishna, if it is infested with offensive mentality to devotees, if we are not trying our best to reduce the offenses or nullify or not to commit offenses, will not be able to experience the devotion to Krishna. Bahu janma means for long period of lifetimes, bahu janma, kari jadi, shravan kirtan. If one tries to do shravan and kirtan, chanting of holy names of the Lord and hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, and hearing of classes and speaking and preaching the message of the Lord, Bahu janma jadi kari shravan kirtan, tabu na paiva Krishna pade premadhan. Still you will not attain the lotus feet and the devotion to Krishna if your devotional service is infested with offenses. And that is why all of you would experience a very interesting thing. Many devotees have also shared this to me, that Prabhuji, when I came initially to Bhakti was looking so nice. I was feeling so nice. I was feeling like flying on air. I was feeling that it is so nice. I was feeling so much of attraction to Krishna. I was feeling like tears are coming when I'm chanting Hare Krishna. We see when new devotees come to ISKCON and they are standing in front of the altar, the tears are coming, and when you ask them to chant Hare Krishna, they will take the mala very with lot of devotion, and then they will chant. And when they will chant, you will feel so much of devotion they have. But what happens to the devotion after so many years? After spending 1 or 2, 3 years in Krishna consciousness, we feel, oh Prabhuji, why did I commit to you to chant so many rounds of Hare Krishna? I am not feeling that ecstasy, Prabhuji. I was so happy in Krishna consciousness. Now Krishna consciousness is appearing boring. It is becoming very burdensome. How many of you have this experience? please, honestly, I have. So it appears so much of burdensome. And the reason is offenses to Vaishnavas. When we are in the beginning, we come to ISKCON, we come to Krishna Bhakti. For us, everyone is a great devotee. We are very, very respectful. We are very, very humble. We are very, very respectful not to just devotees, to all the paraphernalia of the Lord. Prabhuji has given me mala. Prabhuji personally worshipped this mala and gave me. Prabhuji today gave me a book. I read that book that Prabhuji gave. It was so nice. Prabhuji told me, he called me and he spoke to me 5 minutes. Today Prabhuji called me. I am so fortunate that Prabhuji called me. And after years, after spending 2-3 years, Prabhuji remains the same. We remain the same. But now we don't feel so much of excitement when Prabhuji calls. Now we don't feel that much excitement when we pick up our bead bag. I have seen people throwing that bead bag on the desk. I have seen as if, enough, why did I pick up my bead bag and why did I commit to chant Hare Krishna? So, Krishna consciousness in the beginning remains very, very exciting. But as we pass years in Krishna consciousness, it becomes more boring and burdensome, and the main reason that our Acharyas and Srila Prabhupada has spoken is because of offenses. And that is how we should be very, very careful to remain protected from this Vaishnava Parad and all the offenses. In the beginning, we are very, very humble. We don't know anything about bhakti. But later on, as we spend years, we come to know the philosophy. Sometimes, like I say to myself, I have seen my spiritual master, never he will recite a sloka. Sometimes he will paraphrase some sloka. Now, after spending so many years, I can think, oh, my spiritual master doesn't know so many slokas, but I know so many slokas. I can recite so many Sanskrit slokas. This is the beginning of my fall down in Krishna consciousness. So as we go ahead in Krishna consciousness, we start learning slokas, we start learning the philosophy, we start learning kartal, and we start comparing with devotees. We start making a comparison with devotees that how great I am because I am able to speak so nicely, philosophy. How great I am because I am able to play kartal so nicely. This devotee actually came 10 years before me, but he doesn't even know how to play kartal. Just see, within 1 year, I have learnt such nice playing of kartal. Just see how great I am. This sannyasi has spent 50 years in bhakti, but he can't recite a sloka properly. Yeah, I have seen so many sannyasis because they are from the Western background, they have a lot of devotion for Krishna, but if you ask them to recite some simple Bhagavad Gita slokas, it will be very, very poor, very poor. One time, one South Indian came to Srila Prabhupada and he was attending the class, and one of Srila Prabhupada's disciples was reciting a verse, And Prabhupada's disciple, he was a foreigner, he could not recite the Sanskrit slokas nicely. And the South Indian said, Swamiji, your disciple's pronunciation is not good. Srila Prabhupada said, but their renunciation is very good. That you cannot do. Their pronunciation may be very bad, but their renunciation and surrender, that they have left America. You want to go to America, but they have left America and coming and staying in village in Mayapur with me. That itself is very, very glorious. So as we pass days in Krishna consciousness, we start picking up very good Krishna conscious abilities, like preaching, like speaking, like singing, like reciting and memorizing slokas. And we think because we are advancing and we are memorizing all these slokas, we are reciting songs, we know so much. That's why we are great. So in the beginning, we are in the mood of das. But as we spend some time in Krishna consciousness, we become Prabhu. And because Krishna is in the mood of not just das, he is in the mood of das, dasanudas. You see Krishna, what he is doing? He is simply a chariot driver of Arjuna. He is ready to become messenger of the Pandavas. He is ready to become a puppet in front of the gopis. He is ready to get bound by Yasoda. This is Krishna. He is just the servant of everyone. And if we want to chant Krishna's holy names, we also have to develop the attitude of servant. And as we go ahead in our Krishna consciousness and we pick up lot of devotional abilities and capacities, like preaching nicely, giving classes nicely, or convincing someone to become devotee, learning the philosophy, memorizing slokas, we use these things. These things should make us actually more humble. But unfortunately, they make us feel more superior. And as soon as we start feeling superior, we distract ourselves from Krishna consciousness and we don't feel the same excitement. In the beginning, we used to feel so excited about chanting, so excited, oh, today class is there. Now we don't feel excited, okay, class is there. And this is the reason of all offenses. So first we are Das, and then we are Prabhu, and then we start becoming and competing with Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in this way, we are trying to become higher and higher. We have an experience in material life that our advancement is based on how much we go higher. Yes, Udit Prabhu? What your IIM teaches you. Udit Prabhu is I am graduate. Yes, what he teaches you. How you determine material advancement in your company.
The more you rise in your corporate career, the more you are materially advanced.
Yes, the more you rise above and the more people are below you determines how big, advanced, materially person you are. Correct? That's what IIM teaches you. Yeah. But the ISKCON Institute of Transcendental Education and the Vaishnava Institute, it teaches us more advancement means more we go down and down and down and down. And until unless we do that, we will see that we will not be able to experience the excitement, the devotion of devotional service as we go ahead. In the beginning, Krishna gives certain drops of Krishna conscious devotion and we feel very excited, but then it is expected from us to to actually not commit offenses and come more advanced. So we will just read one lecture, part of one lecture given by Srila Prabhupada. Actually, just to give a little bit of background on this subject matter. So, in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 11th canto, there are categories of devotees. So, there is Kanistha, Madhyama, and Uttama Adhikari. So, Srimad Bhagavatam categorizes these three devotees. So, today we will first learn ki who is a Kanistha, who is the junior most devotee, who is a Madhyama, and how he becomes Uttama. This is first thing we will learn, and we will just read from Srila Prabhupada's one lecture. I have just cut, copy, paste it from Vedabase, okay, so that we can take less time. Okay, so one paragraph, one devotee will read, and we'll discuss little bit 1 minute, and then we'll go ahead for today's discussion. Yeah, yes. This is from a lecture given in 23rd October 1972 in Vrindavan on Nectar of Devotion. Yeah. So,
Prabhupada.
Yeah.
So in devotional service, there are three stages: the Kanishta Adhikari, the Madhyama Adhikari, and the Uttama Adhikari, or beginning, middle, and advanced stages. In the beginning, Kanishta Adhikari, the devotee changes in deity worship.
Engages
in deity worship, makes offerings to the deity, cleans the floor, etc. This isn't to say that deity worship is lower than meditation. It is just the beginning stage.
Yeah. So, in the beginning, the Kanishta Adhikari comes to the temple and he just wants to relate with deities. Oh, so nice! Krishna is so nicely, you have decorated Krishna's Mahaprasad, so nice, I will take. So they try to relate with Krishna, they come and clean the floor of the temple, they will relate with Krishna, they will give donations to Krishna, they will do some service to Krishna. So this is the beginning stage of devotional service, which is called Kanistha Adhikari. He only wants to relate with Krishna. The same devotee who comes and you, like there was one devotee who at one point of time I was involved in you know, there is something called getting devotees, like we also have some employees, you know, very low grade employees, like in the sense of cleaning and all those things. So I was taking an interview. So the person came, he's putting tilak and kanti mala and everything. So we asked him that you have to clean. He said, yes, I will clean temple hall, I will clean all, but I will not clean the rooms of devotees. So he makes a distinction between cleaning the temple hall and cleaning the room of devotees. He says the devotional service means cleaning the temple hall. Devotional service means doing service to the deities. So the Kanistha Adhikari, the beginning stage of devotional service, he relates with deities, he relates with Krishna, but he fails to relate with devotees. That's what Srila Prabhupada is telling ahead. Yes, someone else read the second paragraph.
Sometimes the Kanishta Adhikari thinks that he has realized Krishna just because he has worshipped the deity nicely. But he must make further advancement. When we say Krishna, we do not refer to Krishna alone, but to all of his energies and paraphernalia. When we say the king is coming, we don't mean that the king is coming alone. His ministers, secretaries, queens, soldiers, everyone is coming. Similarly, Krishna is the root of all emanations, and when he comes, his devotees also come with him. When we recognize Krishna's devotees and pay them respects, we are further advanced. If a pure devotee comes, the pujari can immediately stop the arti and go to receive him. Krishna is satisfied more when his devotee is worshipped. That's a fact.
Yeah. So in the beginning stage of devotional service, he is able to relate with devotees, but he is able to relate with Krishna, deities, serving in the temple, but he cannot relate with devotees. So from Kanistha, a Madhyam Adhikari is defined as a person who can nicely relate with devotees, who knows that by respecting devotees, by loving devotees, by appreciating devotees, Krishna is more pleased than serving Krishna. There is a famous verse, Lord Shiva is telling to Mother Parvati. Anyone knows that verse? In Padma Puran? Okay, let me recite it. All of you also. Okay, some.
Ram Rame Rame.
No, not Ram. So, yes. Aradhanam Sarvesham.
Aradhanam sarvesham
Vishnuraradhanam Param.
Vishnuradhanam param
Tasmat Parataram Devi.
Tasmat parataram devi
Tadiyanam Samarchanam.
Tadiyanam samarchanam.
So here also Lord Shiva is telling to Parvati Devi the same message. Aradhanam sarvesam Vishnur aradhanam param. One who is doing Vishnu aradhana, one who is relating with Vishnu, he has given up all other aradhana and he is doing only Vishnu aradhana. He is aradhanam sarvesam. He is the topmost worshipper of God. So, but he is a Kanistha Adhikari. In Vishnu's eyes, he is Kanistha Adhikari. But in outside people's eyes, he is topmost. You are understanding? From the viewpoint of all people, materialistic people, atheistic people, theistic people, there are so many categories of people. Among the viewpoint of all these categories, Kanistha Adhikari is topmost. He is relating with Vishnu. He is coming and doing deity services in the temple of the Lord. He is relating with Krishna. He is offering fruits to the devotees, Krishna and doing some service. He is topmost. But in the eyes of Vishnu and in the eyes of devotional service, he is in the beginning stage. So Madhyama, how he becomes Madhyama? He learns how to relate with devotees. So Lord Shiva is telling, Tasmat Parataram Devi, higher than that, higher than this Kanistha platform of worshipping Vishnu is Tadiyanam Samarchanam. When we worship the devotees of the Lord, when we appreciate the devotees of the Lord, when we love the devotees of the Lord, when our life is simply meant to serve the devotees of the Lord. That's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to always say that I don't know who is Krishna. I just want to serve the devotees of the Lord. I just want to become humble servant of the devotees of the Lord. So this is a higher stage in devotional service that is called a Madhyam Adhikari. To the extent that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would say one time, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had a secretary. So he had, now the secretary would ask whom to give appointment and whom not to give appointment, whom to give how much of time. It was not like, half an hour slot or 5 minute slot, 10 minute slot. How do I know? You have to tell me some principles of getting appointment done. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had said to his secretary that whoever comes to you and you ask him his identity, and if he says that he is servant of Krishna, I have no time for him. You tell him that Saraswati Thakur is very, very busy today. And he has no time for you. But if someone comes to you and says to you that his identity is he's just trying to become servant of devotees of Krishna, you tell him that one day you book with Saraswati Thakur. I have one day for him to give to him time. So this is what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had said to his secretary to book his appointment. So Jnanam Avalambam Kechit Some people think by Gyan I can attain devotional service. This is a sloka written by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Gyanam balam balam kechit. That some people think that by doing Gyan or by memorizing slokas, by understanding the philosophy nicely, reading so many things, I can become self-realized. Karma avalambanam kechit. Some people think by doing karma and by doing all these, doing some services, I can attain. And some people think by doing some, giving some donations, I can attain. But Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says that Bayam, I feel that by serving the devotees of the Lord, Haridasana, I will attain perfection in my life. This is what I think, and this is what my desire is, oh my Lord. So this is a higher platform in devotional service, where we want to love devotees, where devotees of Krishna become our goal and whole soul of our life. Our life is just centered around devotees, and we hanker for devotees association. We see a famous verse by Dhruva Maharaj, where Dhruva Maharaj is directly meeting Krishna. He is face to face with Krishna. And Krishna, Vishnu is asking Dhruva, ask some benedictions, pray. And Dhruva Maharaj is praying, oh Krishna, I just want to have association of your devotees. I don't need you, I need your devotees. So in this way, we must understand that when a person rises above from Kanistha level, his understanding towards Krishna changes, as Srila Prabhupada is telling. Sometimes we think Krishna means Krishna. Our Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we never worship single Krishna. We worship Krishna. Like I have Syam Sundar. We are trying hard to get Radharani for him, but we didn't got. So now I am thinking to keep some cows, because our Vrindavanchari Prabhu, our Pujari Prabhu, is always keeps on looking at Syam Sundar, says, we don't worship Krishna alone. We don't worship Krishna alone. What you are doing? And I said, yes. Now we have failed in getting Radharani. We'll put some cows and monkeys and peacocks. So Krishna is never alone. Kanistha Adhikari thinks Krishna is alone. But a Madhyam Adhikari understands Krishna has his own family, and I need to accept the entire family. Just like a Kanistha wife and a Madhyama wife, a little bit of extrapolation of the business. So sometimes the Kanistha wife comes and says, I have just married to my husband. Oh darling, hum apna family banayenge. Correct? It's a Kanistha understanding of family life. The husband thinks, I have married this girl, that's it. And the wife thinks, I have married this boy, that's it. But a Madhyama understanding means this is not just the lady. I have married to the entire family. I have accepted the entire family of this girl as my family. And the girl thinks, I have accepted the entire family of this boy as my family. Like now, after marriage, the husband starts calling the wife's father, mother also Papa, Mummy. Correct? Actually, in this, what do you say? In English, it is said ki father-in-law, mother-in-law. But in our Hindi and Sanskrit, we say Papa, Mummy. That's it. We don't decide Sasurji aage. We tell Papa. So Madhyama Adhikari understands that I am just not getting married to this lady, I am getting married to the entire family of this lady. Now the lady's father mother is my father mother, the lady's sister is my sister, the lady's brother is my brother. So similarly, a Kanistha Adhikari rises to the understanding of Madhyama Adhikari, understanding that I am accepting Krishna's entire family as my family, and whoever is Krishna's devotee, they are very, very dear to me, just like Krishna is dear to me. Now you say Daksha was in which category?
Kanishta.
Kanistha Adhikari. He was not an ordinary servant of Vishnu. Later on, we will see in the 6th canto, some chapters we have missed na, in 6th canto. There is one chapter called Hamsa Guhya prayers. And actually when Daksha would pray, Krishna would come. Daksha would cry, Vishnu has come. But he is a Kanistha Adhikari because he doesn't know how to deal with devotees. He didn't know how to deal with the purest of the devotee, Lord Shiva, what to speak of general devotees. So we must understand that sometimes doing devotional service to Krishna, various aspects of devotional service, I can chant nicely, I can recite slokas so nicely, I have memorized so many slokas, I can so nicely sing Narsimha Arti, I can so nicely sing the Artis, I can do so nice Arti. Sometimes pujaris have become proud of doing nicely Arti. When I do Arti, you see how I sake the Arti. Other pujaris, they are just aisa karke, they just leave the. But I do, then you see all people are mesmerized how I do the Arti. Sometimes a pujari may be very, very proud, thinking, oh, just see how nicely I have decorated Krishna. So in doing devotional service to Krishna in a Kanishta stage, pride comes in our heart. And that pride can be nullified when we surrender not to Krishna but to devotees. Devotees will crush your pride. Only a humble person can become servant of devotees. You can still maintain your pride and arrogance when you want to become servant of Krishna. Like Daksha, he is a great servant of Vishnu. He is not an ordinary servant. Let's not offend Daksha. But we must understand that Daksha is in a very Kanistha understanding of devotional service. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is telling. We will just read again further. The next. Yeah. Read? Anyone? The third paragraph? Yeah?
Prasada, Bhagavad Prasado, Yasya Aprasadan Nagati Kutopi. The spiritual master is the representative of God because he is engaged 24 hours daily in Krishna's service. The spiritual master is considered as good as Hari because he is Krishna's most confidential servant. Worship of the spiritual master is not artificial or concocted. It is recommended in all the Shastras. Advanced devotees accept this and treat the spiritual master accordingly.
Yeah. So and as far as devotees are concerned, we should understand the Guru represents all the class of devotees in my life. So I must respect the Guru and also all the devotees. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada is telling how we should respect the Guru. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Although the spiritual master is offered respects like Hari, he doesn't think himself Hari. He considers his disciples to be his spiritual master.
Yeah. Yeah.
He thinks Krishna has sent me so many spiritual masters. He doesn't even think of himself as a guru, but as a servant to his disciples, because Krishna has given him the task to train them.
Yeah. So and the spiritual master is also not thinking, I have become a big spiritual master, I have got all these disciples now, and just see how great I am. The spiritual master is also understanding that it's not that my greatness is not having a lot of disciples. I have become more humble because now I am servant of so many people. Officially servant. Krishna has made me official servant of so many of my disciples. So the spiritual master's consciousness is, I am simply a servant of my disciples. Krishna has sent all these people in my life so that I can serve them and serve Krishna by serving them, please Krishna by serving them. So that is the consciousness of a spiritual master. We'll see what Srila Prabhupada is telling next. Yeah, this paragraph is very nice. Yeah.
When one is advanced, he can see the importance of other devotees. An advanced devotee never offends another devotee. This is a very serious offense. Therefore, we address one another as Prabhu. This should not simply be spoken with the lips. It should be realized. One should think of other devotees as his Prabhus, his masters. Not that he should try to become master himself.
Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada is telling, when you see this bold I have made, when one is advanced, he can see the importance of devotees. In a Kanishta stage, he sings Krishna and me. मैं मीरा कृष्ण तुम कृष्ण मैं राधा तुम कृष्ण मैं गोपी तुम कृष्ण मैं गोपा तुम कृष्ण. So we have all these dreams, you know. मैं राधा, मैं प्रिय मीरा, मैं all this. So this is a very Kanishta understanding. But an advanced stage, he understands, I am neither Meera nor Radha nor Gopa nor Gopi. Das, Das, Dasanudas. I am simply servant of the servant of all Vaishnavas. And whatever Krishna gives me, if Krishna makes me spiritual master to serve the devotees, I'll serve in the capacity of spiritual master. If Krishna makes me some friends of devotees, I will serve in the capacity of friends. And if Krishna makes me some devotees subordinates, I'll serve in the capacity of subordinate. But I will serve Krishna through the serving of devotees. That is an advanced understanding of devotional service, which is called Madhyamadhikari stage. That's the last. Yeah. And now Srila Prabhupada will tell which is the Uttama stage. So this paragraph is called the Uttama stage. Read? Read, anyone? Hare Krishna?
We should.
Read, whoever. Yeah, we should all. Read?
We should all. Sorry.
Mona Lisa Mataji, read. Mona Lisa Mataji.
We should always be willing to offer respects not only to other devotees but to everyone. Everyone, why? Because every living entity is originally a devotee of Krishna. Circumstantially, being covered by the modes of nature, he seems like a demon. But his original nature is that of Krishna's servant.
Yeah. So Uttama Adhikari means he doesn't even see distinction between devotee and non-devotee. For him, everyone is a devotee only. Some are now devotees, some are future devotees. He will come to a community, he will see everyone as devotee only. And then say, how everyone is devotee? Some are now they are devotees and some will become future devotees. And like that, he will respect everyone. This is Uttama Adhikari stage that Srila Prabhupada is explaining. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Read. Read this one. Read.
The process of bhakti.
Anyone.
The
process
of bhakti really begins when one is self-realized. Before that, if one engages in deity worship, yet thinks that he is the body and does not give respect to the devotees, he is at first stage Kanishta Adhikari, although seated on the material platform, is trying to improve his condition by following the direction of the spiritual master and Shastra.
Yeah. So in the beginning of bhakti stage, one is naturally he is a Kanishta Adhikari. He relates with Krishna, me, Krishna, and all those things. But he has to advance. Srila Prabhupada is telling. Yes, anyone else? This one.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
We should not remain perpetual neophytes. We should try to advance to Madhyamadhikari on this platform, we distinguish between four kinds of living entities: Krishna, Krishna's devotees, innocent people, and atheists. We should not superficially say, in my view, everyone is the same. Of course, that is the last stage. But because we are neophyte, that is not our vision. The vision of Mahabhagavat should never be
Imitated.
artificial.
Yeah. So, Srila Prabhupada is telling that we should not directly jump from Kanishta stage to Uttama stage. Imitating. Oh, सब भक्त हैं. I can go and associate with someone who is drinking and smoking. वो भी तो devotee है ना प्रभु जी. Nothing will happen. That Nityanand Prabhu can do. Nityanand Prabhu would go to beer bars where people would be. Nityanand Prabhu can go and convert Jagai and Madai. But we should not think I can go now everywhere and I am seeing everyone is a servant of Krishna and I can convert everyone to devotional service. We will die. It is like drinking poison. So Srila Prabhupada is telling that don't jump from Kanishta to Uttama directly. There is a Madhyama stage. Come to Madhyama stage. Now Srila Prabhupada will explain what is Madhyama stage in the next paragraph he will explain. So sometimes we think we directly go to Uttama and we can associate. So this is a very important thing while associating with people and doing preaching. Sometimes we think that I can preach to anyone. We should understand that we have our capacity. People who are very, very grossly sinful, atheistic, if we associate with them, we can become sinful. Instead of we giving them Krishna, we will get Maya from them. So we have to be very, very careful. We have to understand our stage in devotional service. So what is our stage? That is our Madhyama stage. So Srila Prabhupada will explain what is Madhyama stage. Next verse. Yeah. So this is.
In the second stage, that of Madhyam Adhikari, one treats all types of men according to their positions and tries to increase his love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead and also make friends with the devotees. He does not envy the devotees. If a devotee is superior, we should take lesson from him. If equal, we should make friends with him, and if lower, we should try to help him.
So, 4 types of things Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that a Madhyam Adhikari does. First is Iswareshu Tad Adhineshu. He wants to love Krishna. The goal of his life is to love Krishna and develop love for Krishna. Iswara. So he deals with Iswara. And what is his relationship with Krishna? He wants to love Krishna. Iswarasu tad adhineshu. And Bali Sesu, and those who are innocent people. There are some innocent people, you will see, and they will come and they will say, oh Prabhuji, please tell me something about Krishna. And then, so he will be preaching to the innocent. He will give Krishna to the innocent people. So he will give kripa, or he will show kindness to the innocent. And then there are some dveshi people, those who are envious. Then they will come and tell you, oh अरे तुम्हारे कृष्ण तो बहुत ही छलिया है, खुद इतने 16,000 रख लिया और तुमको एक भी रखने नहीं दिया. You are understanding the motivation? तुम ऐसे ही बना दिया, तुमको तुम्हारे कृष्ण ने गेरुआ वस्त्र कर दिया, तुमको एक भी नहीं दिया. उसके पास इतना है तो एक भी तुमको देना चाहिए ना. These are all envious people envious of Krishna. So he does upeksha. Upeksha matlab he remains aloof. He doesn't associate too much with them, because if he associates too much, he will also start getting contaminated and start criticizing Krishna. So prema maitri, and to devotees he does in a maitri way. He is very, very friendly to devotees. He loves the devotee, he serves the devotee, he respects the devotees. He'll start those devotees who are superior to him, he is always in the mood of learning from them. For those who are equal to them, he discusses Krishna with them. And for those devotees who are whom he is preaching or guiding, he always is kind and in order to teach them the good lessons of Krishna consciousness. So in this way, a Madhyama Adhikari, we should rise above to the stage of Madhyama Adhikari. In this stage, we deal with 4 kinds of people in 4 different ways. Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. Bhagavatam says in the 11th canto. Prema is the Madhyama Adhikari deals with Krishna with prema. He wants to love Krishna. Maitri, he deals with devotees with friendship. He respects devotees. He makes devotees as his own friends and family members. Kripa, he shows kindness to those innocent people who want to know about Krishna. And Upeksha, he keeps distance. He keeps distance from the atheistic people or envious people who are envious of Krishna. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada is telling that one should not remain a Kanistha, one should come to a Madhyama stage where he learns how to associate with devotees and not offend them. We will see the last paragraph. Yeah. Read.
A Madhyama Adhikari does not simply give respect to the other devotees, he teaches others to become devotees as well. This means preaching. A preacher should approach others and say, "You are wasting your life in material activities. You should become Krishna's devotee." This is preaching. One should preach Krishna consciousness to the innocent. The atheist should be avoided, because as soon as an atheist hears about God, he becomes envious and vicious.
Yeah. So he avoids the atheist, he shows compassion and kindness to the innocent. He loves Krishna and he makes friends with devotees. These are the 4 things Srila Prabhupada is mentioning. And then Srila Prabhupada in one paragraph will mention about Mahabhagavad, because it is beyond the scope of our things. So it just, yeah.
At the last stage, that of Mahabhagavad or Uttama Adhikari, one does not see devotees and non-devotees. He sees everyone as a better devotee than himself, nor does he pretend to have this consciousness. No, he actually thinks like this. He naturally is humble. He wants to pay respect to everyone, and he wants no respect for himself. If one wants respect for himself, he is still at the secondary stage. The Mahabhagavad is ready to give respect even to an ant.
Just see what a stage this Uttam Adhikari. The Mahabhagavat, just like we know the story of Mrigari. The Narad Muni, when he met Mrigari, after Mrigari had got transformed, and he was trying to put Dandavat to Narad Muni, and before putting Dandavat, he was jumping here and there. and Parvat Muni, who had come with Narad Muni, was thinking, why your disciple is jumping like this? So Narad Muni said, let us hear from Mrigari, why he is jumping? Mrigari said, oh, there are so many ants, I should not kill the ant, I should be respectful for the ants. And that is why I was trying to jump and try to drive away the ants so that I can pay obeisances to you nicely. Just see. So this is the highest level of Krishna consciousness. And he is not pretending. He is not thinking, oh, I will show to others how I am Uttam Adhikari. He is himself thinking like a Uttam Adhikari. There is a story in Mahabharata where I think Dronacharya or someone else, they give an assignment to Yudhishthir and Duryodhana. So the assignment given to Yudhishthir was, you Yudhishthir, you go around and find out at least one person who is inferior to you. And Duryodhan was given assignment, oh Duryodhan, go around, find out at least one person who is superior to you. So Yudhishthir Maharaj went and searched and searched and searched, and Yudhishthir Maharaj said, sorry, I could not find anyone who is inferior to me. Actually, I am inferior to everyone. So Yudhishthir Maharaj went around and could not find one person who is inferior to him. And Duryodhan went around and he could not find one person who is superior to him. So Duryodhan said, I am superior to everyone. I could not find one person whom is superior to me. So Dronacharya said, wow. We are able to understand what is going to happen to Kurukshetra and what is going to happen in Hastinapur. So in this way, a Mahabhagavat like Yudhishthir Maharaj always considers everyone as superior to them, everyone, and is ready to pay respects to everyone. Yudhishthir Maharaj, we see how much he was so respectful to Dhritarashtra, even after Dhritarashtra doing so much of atrocities. So this is Mahabhagavat. He is Ajata Satru. He doesn't make any enemies. He envies no one. And we should not try to artificially come to that stage, imitating, oh, I have become a Mahabhagavat now. We should first come to the level of Madhyamadhikari. We should make friends with devotees. We should try to avoid the association of non-devotees. We should preach to the innocent people. And we should try to love Krishna by performing the devotional service, by chanting Hare Krishna, reading Srimad Bhagavatam in association of devotees. The last paragraph that Srila Prabhupada is mentioning. Yeah. Did anyone? When one attend?
When one attains the highest platform, there is no more friend, no more enemy, no more preaching. The Mahabhagavat sees everyone engaged in the Lord's service with the exception of himself. This platform, however, should not be imitated. It must be sincere, not superficial.
Yeah. Continue reading.
Those who are preachers must remain on the second platform, that of Madhyama Adhikari. Even when a Mahabhagavat wants to preach, he must come down to that second platform. He cannot remain on the highest and preach. He plays the part of second-class devotee. For instance, in the Bible, Lord Jesus Christ said, I have many things to say, but you are not qualified to understand them.
Yeah. So Jesus, Srila Prabhupada is telling, was Mahabhagavat. He was seeing everyone. He was seeing Krishna in everyone, God in everyone, but still he was trying to distinguish. Oh, I have so much to tell to all of you, but you will not be able to digest, so I will not tell. That means he is seeing distinction. A Madhyam Adhikari sees distinction, but a Uttam Adhikari sees everyone is a devotee except myself. And we should not try to jump to the Uttama stage. We should first try to come to the Madhyama stage. And the most basic qualification of being in Madhyama stage is learning how to relate with devotees, how to love devotees, how not to offend them. And that's what Sati, Mother Sati, is going to tell to Daksha about different categories of sadhus and asadhus. We'll take one verse today from this, and then we'll continue next class. So we'll take one verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Yeah, one devotee only should recite at a time. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam 4:4-12. Okay, this is said by the Sati Devi to Daksha. Sati Devi's teachings to her father. Okay, yeah. Dosan paresham hi gunesu sadhavo.
Dosan paresham hi guneshu sadhavo.
Grinnanti kechit na bhavadrisho dvija.
Grinnanti विकेचिन्न भवात् विशोद्विजा
Gunamscha falgun bahulikarišnavo.
गुणांश्च फल्गुन् बहुलीकरिष्णवो
Mahatmanaste shvavidad bhavanagham.
महात्मनस्त्वे स्वविदद् भव आघम्.
Yeah. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Twice born Daksha, a man like you. Sati Devi is not addressing Daksha as father, oh dear father. Twice born Daksha, a man like you can simply find fault in the qualities of others. Lord Shiva, however, not only finds no faults with other qualities, but if someone has a little good quality, he magnifies it greatly. Unfortunately, you have found fault with such a great soul. You see, Mother Sati is comparing Daksha's nature and Lord Shiva's nature. So Mother Sati is telling, oh Daksha, you find bad things in a good person. That is your category. Your category is someone has a good thing, good quality, you will find bad thing and you will magnify that bad thing, though he doesn't have a bad thing. But you see, my husband Lord Shiva, he is such a great personality that he never finds faults with anyone. And not just he doesn't find fault with anyone, if someone has little good quality like a mustard seed, he will make it like a mountain. But your nature is, if someone has a bad quality like a mustard seed, you will make it like a mountain. So that is your nature. And then we will see what Srila Prabhupada is telling the purpose. Yeah, King Daksha is addressed here by his daughter Sati as Dvija, twice born. Twice born refers to a higher class of men, namely Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. In other words, a Dvija is not an ordinary man, but one who has studied the Vedic literature from a spiritual master and can discriminate between good and bad. Therefore, it is supposed that he understands logic and philosophy. Sati, Daksha's daughter, put before him sound arguments. There are some highly qualified persons who accept only good qualities of others. Just as a bee is always interested in the honey in the flower and doesn't consider the thorns and colors, highly qualified person who are uncommon accept only good qualities of others, not considering their bad qualities, whereas common man can judge what are good qualities, what are bad qualities. So Srila Prabhupada is telling that someone who is very advanced, like a honeybee, the honeybee will go to the rose and take the honey only. It will not see the thorns in the rose plant. So similarly, a saintly person only sees the good qualities of others. He would not like though he has some bad qualities and so and all those things. Next. Among the uncommonly good souls, there are still gradations. And the best good soul is one who accepts an insignificant asset of a person and magnifies that good quality. So there are a lot of good souls who see good qualities in others, but the greatest good soul is who sees little good quality and magnify it. Lord Shiva is also called Asutos, which refers to one who is satisfied very easily and who offers to any person the highest level of benediction. For example, once a devotee of Lord Shiva wanted the benediction that whenever he touched someone on the head, that person's head would at once be separated from his trunk. Lord Shiva agreed. Although the benediction act was not very commendable, because the devotee wanted to kill his enemy, Lord Shiva considered the devotee's good quality in worshipping and satisfying him and granted the benediction. Thus Lord Shiva accepted his bad qualities as magnificently good qualities. But Sati accused her father, "You are just the opposite. Although Lord Shiva has many so good qualities and no bad qualities at all, you have accepted him as bad and found fault with him. Because of your accepting his good qualities as bad, instead of your becoming the most exalted soul, you have become the most fallen soul. A man becomes greatest soul by accepting the goodness of others' qualities, but by unnecessarily considering others' good qualities to be bad, you have become the lowest of fallen souls." So Mother Sati, Srila Prabhupada is telling, is why Daksha, you are a fallen soul, because you are considered the good qualities of Lord Shiva as the most bad quality and you have magnified them. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, on the purport and his commentary to this verse, explains 4 or 5 categories of sadhus and asadhus, which we will discuss and we will end our class today. So we will read first what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says and then we will discuss. Okay, this is not the I'll just first one. Just 1 minute. Yeah, this one I think so. No, this one no. This one no. The other one. Yeah, this one. No? Both are same only. How come? Okay, just wait 1 minute. Let me find out where it went. I had taken the screen.
So it was in the assignment also, na?
It was in the assignment, but assignment I could not find in the morning. I don't know why. This was not open. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Yes. So the first category of people are sadhus. Yes, anyone can read? Who is a sadhu or a mahat person? Yeah?
Speaking harshly is a bad quality, but because it can be for someone's benefit, it becomes a good quality. Like neem juice, which cures sickness though it is bitter. Persons who see in this way are to be considered good. Example, Rup Goswami, ordinary Jeev Goswami, to leave Vraja for a while.
Yeah. So who is a sadhu? Who sees bad qualities but understands that these bad qualities can be dovetailed and made good qualities. How? Like for example, a person sees, how this person is working hard for material life, how he is working so hard for his job, how he is working so hard. So he sees the bad quality, but then he sees, oh, he's anyway working so hard for the job. Let me direct and let me ask him, if you are working so hard, earning so much of money, why don't you do some service to Krishna? He directs those bad qualities and make them good qualities. This is a sadhu. A sadhu sees a person who is angry and he sees, ये तो बहुत angry person है. So the sadhu will give him service. What service? Where anger is required. Which all services anger is required? Imagine some festival is going on, and in festivals there are big fans. You have seen the standing fan, जिसमें हाथ घुसा देंगे तो कट जाए, it's gone, your hand. So the sadhu will give that angry man the service. You stand in front of this fan and there are so many children. Whoever comes near the fan, you have to shout like anything so that the children go away. Sadhu thinks, wow, the person thinks, how nice engagement of my anger. And the children are very curious. Prabhu ji, ये क्या है? ये पंखा है? कुछ नहीं, उधर जाके खेलो. Correct? So the sadhu will see the bad quality as anger, but he will engage it in good quality or service. So he is a sadhu. And who is a asadhu? We will see. Next is asadhu. Yeah, read asadhu.
Sati sarcastically addresses Daksha as a Brahmana, Dvija. Persons like you think that good qualities will turn into faults. Such persons are not gentlemen.
Yeah.
Example, one devotee praised a beautifully dancing upcoming new devotee in temple hall. Another devotee said, I was also enthusiastic like this in my early days. He is a new devotee showing so much enthusiasm. It is said, a newly appointed mullah in a mosque recites prayers very loudly in the beginning days. Naya mullah जोर से चिल्लाता है. Let's wait and watch how long this enthu will go on, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So a sadhu sees a bad quality and converts it into good, but a sadhu sees a good quality and converts it into bad. Like the example is given, sometimes you come to temple hall and see a person is chanting very nicely. He's a new person who has come chanting very nicely and thinking, when I was also coming new to ISKCON, I was also chanting so nicely. Let's see after 10 years how he performs. Let's see how he does. Right? So he will see the good quality in a wrong way. Someone is giving donation. You see, he is giving donation, but I know why he is giving donation. He wants his to show that how he is actually maintaining the temple. He is a very proud person. So he will see the good qualities in a bad way. He is an asadhu. So sadhu is one who sees the bad qualities in a good way, but he sees the bad quality. And asadhu is one, he sees the good quality, but he will convert it into bad way. Just see, completely opposite what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling. And next, we will see the next level, asadhu tara. Just more good, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. So similarly, next is mahattara. Who is a mahat? And mahat is one sees bad qualities. Mahattara we will read now. What is mahattara person? Yes, read this one.
Some others overlooking the faults see good qualities. They praise the good qualities and not the bad qualities. Seeing conditions as they are. Example, seeing a merchant visiting temple for Janmashtami and offering charity to sadhu for propagation of Krishna consciousness. Mahattara appreciates a merchant and considers him worthy of deliverance.
Yeah. So, so sadhu is one who sees the bad quality and tries to engage. He is not able to see the good quality. So if I make a whiteboard and try to explain to you. So who is a mahat or a sadhu? So sadhu is one, he sees bad qualities and not the good qualities.
Prabhuji, you have written Mahat, it will be Sadhu.
Mahat or Sadhu is the same, synonym. And next is Mahattara. He sees both good and bad, but he overlooks the bad. You are able to understand the difference between Mahat and Mahattara? You are able to understand? Oh, sorry, Mahat is, he sees bad qualities and converts them to good qualities. But Mahattara is, he will see both good qualities and bad qualities, but he overlooks the bad qualities. And example is given, sometimes a person who is a very big merchant, he doesn't chant Hare Krishna, he doesn't do anything. Only once in a year in Janmashtami he will come and he will offer some charity to the devotees, he will offer some donation. So Mahattara will say, oh, he is doing so nice service, his devotional service has started. A Mahattar will see like that. The Mahattar will not see, अरे वो कुछ माला नहीं करता है, मंदिर में एक बार आता है. He will not see like that. He will see that, oh, he is doing so much of devotional service to Krishna. But now we will see how a ulta, Mahattar's ulta is asadhutara. How a asadhutara sees. Yes. Read.
Others see faults only, overlooking the good qualities. This fellow shows up at the temple only on Janmashtami. The rest of the time he is in Maya.
Just see, complete opposite. Just see, Hare Krishna. The same example is given by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Same example. So, Mahattara will see the good and he will see the bad, but he will overlook the bad and he will see, Arey, Janmashtami mein aake donation diya. And the Asadhutara, who is opposite of Mahattara, he will see, अरे साल में एक बार मुंह दिखाता है. You understanding? He is also seeing good and bad, but he will overlook the good, he will see the bad. Just see, complete opposite. And then next we will see the next level of devotee. Yes, Mahattama, who is superlative category of sadhu. Mahattama. Yes, read this one.
Some others overlooking the faults.
No. Yeah. Mahattama.
Others take small good qualities and magnify them and do not even see small faults. Srila Prabhupada said, "These hippie boys and girls have helped me so much in spreading. I am deeply indebted to them for their assistance in spreading Krishna consciousness movement." Haridas Thakur saw a spark of Krishna consciousness even in the prostitute, fanned it and made her into a devotee. Such a person is the greatest.
Yeah. So who is the greatest devotee? Mahattama. Mahat, Mahattara, Mahattama. So Mahat, he sees bad, he sees no good, he engages that good, bad in good. Mahattara, he sees good and bad, he overlooks the bad, he sees only good. Mahattama, he doesn't see bad. He doesn't see bad and he sees little good, he will magnify it and make it more. Like Haridas Thakur, the prostitute came actually to defame him, malign his character. So Haridas Thakur but saw that the prostitute came and put dandavat to me. He put dandavat to a devotee. He put dandavat to the tulsi that is kept before me. So her devotional service has started. And immediately Haridas Thakur just chanted Hare Krishna and blessed that prostitute who had come to actually trouble him only. So this is how Mahattama people. So Lord Shiva is what? Mahattama. He takes little good qualities and magnifies it into very big way. And now we will see who is Ati Sadhu, Asadhu Tama, who is the opposite of Mahattama. What he will do? So what he will do? Anyone can guess? Huh?
They will take the bad qualities, small bad qualities, and they will.
Yeah, they will say, take the small bad quality and they will magnify it so much. That's what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says here in this. You see, we'll read. Oh, again it has come. I don't know. It has some problem of. I think I have to open it. No. Yeah, now it will come. Yeah, this one. Asadhutama. Yeah, read. Read this one.
Others take small fault and magnify them.
Yeah.
And see no good qualities at all.
Yes.
Example is this renunciate is eating opulent food in homes of grastas and travels in a big posh cars. He must be a Vishayi posing as a monk.
Yeah, so Vishwanath Thakur is telling they will take small fault and magnify them. Actually, there may not be fault, but they will magnify. He is giving example. Sometimes a sannyasi for preaching, he goes in a posh car. Then the person will think, just see, he is not a proper sannyasi. He is going in posh car, having so much of mobiles and eating so much of food in the homes of grihastha, and he will magnify it. He may not be, the sannyasi may not be doing it for that purpose, but he will magnify it, seeing the little small fault and magnify them. So this is asadhutama. Yes, now we will read the highest level of devotee and highest level of non-devotee. Ati mahattama and ati asadhutama. Yes, anyone can read both of them?
Others see good qualities in others where there are none. In this world there are no bad people, everyone is good.
Yeah.
They are also very greatest. Ati Mahattama.
So Ati Mahattama, they don't see only bad quality, they see everyone good, like Yudhishthir Maharaj. And Ati Asadhutama?
Others see only faults in others, even where there are no faults. In this world, no one is good, everyone is evil. They are very worst.
So they are like Duryodhan. So Ati ati asadhutama. So there is mahat, mahattara, mahattama and ati mahattama. So we will do just in 2 minutes of revision about who is a mahat. Anyone can say?
One who sees bad quality and uses it for good, for doing good.
Yes, one who sees bad qualities and he uses it for good. Yes, mahattara.
He sees both bad and good, but he magnifies the good and overlooks the bad.
Very good. So he sees both good and bad. The mahat sees bad, mahattara sees both good bad and he magnifies the good and overlooks the bad. Yes, and then mahattama?
He little good quality.
He'll see little good quality.
Glorify the little good quality.
He will see the little good quality, he will magnify the little good quality, but he will not see the bad. So mahat sees the bad, mahattara also sees the bad, but mahattama doesn't see the bad at all. He only will see good, and little good he will magnify it. And then ati mahattama?
He will see only good quality when there is none.
Good. Even if there is no good quality, he will see the good quality. And then there is opposite for all these things. Asadhu, asadhutara, asadhutama and ati asadhutama. So Sati is telling Daksha that, oh Daksha, you are ati asadhutama. There is no bad quality in Lord Shiva and you are simply magnified it. And you are simply seeing bad quality where there is none in Lord Shiva. So this is how Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that how Mother Sati condemns Daksha. So next class we will see that how we can overlook the bad qualities in others and how we can develop this quality of appreciating the good qualities of others, and what all ways we can commit Vaishnava aparadh. We will see 6 categories of Vaishnava aparadh. We will do a technical dissertation on Vaishnava aparadh because our acharyas have done it. So 6 categories of Vaishnava aparadh, how different ways you can commit Vaishnava aparadh. Actually, if we learn this, then we will not commit, right? Oh, this is also considered Vaishnava aparadh. So these all things we'll discuss next class. Yeah, any question? Yes, Selja Mataji has a question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhu has a question.
Prabhuji, I had a question long before, but today again it came as we were discussing about Sati again. Like Vritrasur, in case of Vritrasur, Mother Sati, she was judging Vritrasur, and then Lord Shiva corrected her. Here also we find that she has an intention to make a good relationship between Daksha and Lord Shiva, and then we find that she is like the last class we did now. She did not listen to Shiva, and she went. It was unpalatable for her, so she went out on her own mind, and she went out. So, like Mother Sati, like why she's such a great soul, how I could not understand her intention and how it is wrong. In Vidrasur case also, like when she overjudged him, and then again Lord Shiva. So this again is happening here. So ये मुझे थोड़ा सा confusing लग रहा है, समझ नहीं आ रहा.
Yeah, because sometimes Mother Sati, and actually in Chitraketu Maharaj's case it was not Sati, it was Parvati, Sati's incarnation.
Yes.
So these great souls, sometimes we do good things and want to become example, but no one wants to do the wrong thing and become an example for the service of Krishna. So these great souls, they perform the villain role sometimes in order to teach us the right example. Sati did like this so as to teach us what we should not do. Right? Sati, in the last purport of this chapter, last one or two verses before the purport, Srila Prabhupada is telling actually as soon as Sati was sitting for suicide like that, immediately she only herself arranged to enter the womb of Meena, the wife of Himavan. She arranged. Can anyone do like that? कि मरने से पहले कहाँ पे नेक्स्ट पैदा होंगे उधर is arranged. She is Durga Devi herself, and Prabhupada writes and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes that this is just a pastime to teach all of us. To teach how, because Daksha has become proud, so they have arranged this because Mother Sati and Lord Shiva, they are father and mother for the creation. They are very concerned that the right example of devotees are propagated. And Daksha was becoming very popular, very famous, and he is a wrong example of devotee becoming famous. He is also a devotee of Krishna, but he is a wrong example of devotee becoming famous. And Mother Sati and Lord Shiva, who is spiritual master, who actually they performed this pastime to correct Daksha's behavior. And this is also confirmed by Lord Shiva. When Brahmaji, after we will see, Brahmaji will go and beg forgiveness on behalf of demigods to Lord Shiva, and then Lord Shiva will tell, actually I had no intention to do all these things, I just wanted to put it in Srimad Bhagavatam for all years to come, ages to come, so that no one does devotional service like Daksha. I don't want anyone to become a devotee like Daksha, who thinks that just because of some material accomplishments in devotional service, I have become greater than my spiritual master. Just because I have learned some slokas, I am able to have more disciples. We see Srila Prabhupada's disciples, they have sometimes more number of disciples than Srila Prabhupada had. Right? His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj has 10 times more disciples than what Srila Prabhupada had. But you see, he will never go against or tell anything against. He is so surrendered to Srila Prabhupada, and he keeps on asking and begging, please help me to serve Srila Prabhupada. You have all come to serve Srila Prabhupada. Help me to serve Srila Prabhupada. And because all of you's help, I am able to serve Srila Prabhupada. This is attitude of Ati Mahattama. So we should understand that Lord Shiva and Sati, they are understanding that if Daksha becomes an example of a devotee, then everyone will try to become Daksha. Lord Shiva is a spiritual master. Just because Daksha has got a post, just imagine you have got some post. Does that mean you became greater than your spiritual master who doesn't have a post? Just because you have learned some material skills, does that mean that you have become greater than your spiritual master? Like I have studied in IIT, BTech, MTech, and my spiritual master is 7th pass. Does that mean I have become greater than my spiritual master? Foolishness, this is hellish mentality. So this is what Daksha's hellish mentality is being challenged here by Lord Shiva and Sati, who are playing the part of the spiritual master for the entire creation and trying to show the right path of devotional service. So they are just performing the pastimes, so that we can learn. Daksha is not performing pastime. But Sati is performing pastimes and Lord Shiva is performing pastimes, right? Okay. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Udit Prabhu, please.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the lecture. Prabhu, my question is, different stages of devotion, are they sequential, or anyone can be transcend one stage like Kanishta to Madhyama to Uttama? Because we see example of Khatvanga Rishi, like he achieved perfection one moment, and then we also see in ISKCON that Prabhupada gave initiation to disciples like second and third initiation immediately. So can you please elaborate on this?
Yeah, so Srila Prabhupada says someone who is taking initiation, he is in the Kanishta stage only. Initiation is the beginning of devotional service. So we are so fallen that we have to wait for being a Kanishta also. We have to wait 3 years, 4 years and do so much of tapasya and so much of scrutiny, examination, this course, that course. So we can understand we are not Kanishta also. Kanishta is a higher stage. Kanishta is beginning of devotional service. One who takes initiation in the beginning, he is expected to deal with Krishna, and he is expected to deal with the spiritual master very nicely, Krishna very nicely, but he will not deal with devotees nicely. So initiation is the beginning. Sometimes some people who are initiated may be also in Madhyama stage, but generally people who take initiation are in the stage of Kanishta Adhikari, that they are ready to follow the vows of Krishna. This sankalpas what we take is instruction of Krishna only. Chanting of so many rounds or following the 4 regulative principles. These are nothing to give or take with devotees. Are we taking any vow that I have to deal with devotee nicely? This is Kanishta vow only. Correct? So Srila Prabhupada says, and our acharyas they say that initiation is a Kanishta stage. And sequentially a person comes to the Madhyama stage when he endeavors. We have to endeavor to come to Madhyama stage. And then sequentially he comes to Uttama stage. So as you said, correct, it is sequential. First thing, that is the first thing I want to tell. The second thing is, can anyone directly come to Uttama or Madhyama? Yes. Some people may get kripa of and because of the kripa they may directly jump to Uttama, directly jump to Madhyama stage. How? Like the example you are giving of Khatwanga. This Khatwanga Maharaj was requested by the demigods. So the demigods requested him to fight on their behalf, and he served. Demigods are also devotees. He served the demigods without any motivation for getting anything. And because he served the devotees without any other material motivation, so and when the demigods asked, what blessing you need? Khatwanga said, I just want to become a devotee of Krishna. Just tell me how much time I have to remaining, and I want to become perfect in my devotional service. So demigods blessed him. So when you get blessings of devotees, you may jump off a stage. Like Srila Prabhupada blessed some of his disciples who are very surrendered to him. They don't have to go through Kanishta. They directly became Madhyamadhikari. But it's not because of them. It is because of Srila Prabhupada. If we are so surrendered to Srila Prabhupada and Guru, we can directly become Uttama also. But generally that is seen very rarely. But by the mercy of great souls, one can become directly Uttama or Madhyama. One doesn't have to go through the sequential process. Srila Prabhupada elevated such fallen souls to directly Madhyama stage of Madhyama Adhikari stage. That is the power of blessings of a great soul. Blessings, and there is the power of surrendering to a great soul. So we should understand that our endeavors to devotional service are there, but if we surrender to a great soul and we get blessings of great souls, my goodness, we will become very, very self-realized, very easily, very fast, very, very fast. So this is the fast track. We have some watches, na? Fast track. So this is the fast track devotional service. There is one sequential, Kanishta, Madhyama, endeavor karo, and another one is fast track. Fast track is surrendering to a sadhu. Sir, Mahat Sevaya, Mahat Dwaram, Bahur, Bimuktes, Tamo Dwaram, Yositam, Sangi Sangam. Right? What is said, that verse says, Kapil Muni says, Atmana Kabayo Bidhu, Ajaram, Ajaram Pasam, Prasangam Ajaram Pasam, Atmana Kabayo Bidhu, Saeva Sadhu Sukruto, Moksha Dwaram Apabritam. Ajaram, Prasangam Ajaram Pasam. So this attachment to this material world is very, very strong, very strong. And all the Vidhu who are intelligent people, they say that it's very difficult. Even the sequential process from Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama takes long time. But Saeva Sadhu Sukruto. If one gets certified by a sadhu, Sukruto, Saeva Sadhu. When a sadhu certifies us, when we surrender to a sadhu and become humble in front of a sadhu, then easily we can come to Madhyamadhikari stage or Uttamadhikari stage. That's what we see in the lives of disciples of Srila Prabhupada, how just by surrendering to Srila Prabhupada, they directly come to Madhyama and Uttama. So similarly, we also have that opportunity. If we surrender to Srila Prabhupada, we read Srila Prabhupada's books very nicely. Like whatever class I gave, it's all based on what Srila Prabhupada is teaching. If we just read Srila Prabhupada's books and surrender to Prabhupada, we will also immediately come to this platform. But if we have our own conceptions of this is what I think, this is what you think, this is what he thinks, and we have our own conception, we'll go through the sequential process, Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama. But if we give up all our conceptions and accept what Srila Prabhupada is telling as absolute truth, we will also come to that stage very fast, right? So we see all these great souls who are disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they have accepted Srila Prabhupada's Vani as life and soul. Life and soul. And they have immediately come from a Mlecha background to Uttama background. Why? How? Just by accepting the words of sadhu. This is the power of devotional service. Mrigari had no qualification. He was a half-killing hunter. Can you imagine? He was not a non-veg eater who used to go to restaurant in KFC was eating. He was half-killing. And his pleasure in life was half-killing. And because he surrendered to Narad Muni, immediately became Uttama. So that is how we see that we all have this opportunity. We surrender to what Srila Prabhupada is telling. We surrender to what our acharyas are telling. First we surrender to Srila Prabhupada, right? That's why my Gurudev used to say always that first 15 years of your Krishna consciousness, you should completely memorize Srila Prabhupada's books. You should not read anything else other than Srila Prabhupada's books. And I have also seen last 2020, I completed my 15 years. And from 2020 onwards, I started reading some Acharya's books, Acharya's commentaries, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentaries. Till 2020, I have not touched any book other than Srila Prabhupada's books. And till date, last 18 years, I have not touched any other lecture other than my spiritual master's lectures. That's it. We should have that unalloyed, one-pointed surrender. That one-pointed, unalloyed surrender is required to give up this sequential process. Right? We see Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj so self-realized. He is so busy, and you will ask him a question, he will quote from scriptures. People wonder where he read those scriptures. No one knows, So how? Because of his surrender to Srila Prabhupada, his mouth is filled with glories of Srila Prabhupada, serving Srila Prabhupada, making Srila Prabhupada his spiritual master, society more stronger, more healthier. That is his all thought process. And because of just doing that, he has realized everything. Tasmad Guru Prapadyetya Jigyasu Shreya Uttama. Just by surrendering to a Guru, one becomes Shreya Uttama. One gets all auspiciousness in his life and he becomes Uttama Adhikari. That's what is mentioned in one Upanishad. It comes in one Upanishad. Prabhupada always quotes it. Tasmad Guru Prapadyetya Jigyasu Shreya Uttama. One becomes a Uttama Adhikari from a Jigyasu level. Jigyasu is what? Which level is Jigyasu according to Bhagavad Gita? Beginning level, correct? There are 4 categories of devotees who come to devotional service. That is Artho, Artharthi, Jigyasu, Jnani. Jnani cha Bharatashrava. So the Jigyasu is the beginning. He is a materialistic person coming with a curiosity. But tasmad guru prapadyeta. But if he does surrender to a spiritual master and is ready to give up all his conceptions and everything, then Jigyasu will become Shreya. He will develop auspiciousness. He will become Uttamam. He will become a Uttamadhikari immediately. So that's what we should also try to imbibe this quality of an exclusive surrender to what Srila Prabhupada is teaching us, reading, and you will also see the same change what Srila Prabhupada's disciples have seen. We will also, if we focus on reading and very nicely reading, underlining, I remember when I was like how I read Srila Prabhupada's books were underlined with notes. With now also I have now Kindle, now the book has changed to a Kindle, but you'll see my Kindle with yellow lines, with pointers, this and that. We should read Srila Prabhupada's books like that, and then Srila Prabhupada will talk with us. What more we can achieve if Srila Prabhupada talks to us through his books? That is Uttama level. So you can come to directly Uttama level when a Uttama Adhikari picks you up. Till Madhyama you can endeavor. From Kanishta to Madhyama endeavor. But to become Uttama, you need another Uttama to pick you up. That's why. So better from Kanishta directly become Uttama. Na? Why to go through Madhyama? By reading Srila Prabhupada's books, we directly become Uttama. By underlining, by trying to implement what Srila Prabhupada said. So that's why it's my request on behalf of what my spiritual master had instructed all of us, that all of you should really make Srila Prabhupada's books as your best friend in life and try to complete. We have certain basic Srila Prabhupada's books we must read. I have told all the monitors to ensure that these are all read in our reading groups, and it's not just an official reading group padhenge. We should develop a attachment to Srila Prabhupada's books, Srila Prabhupada's teachings, and then we'll immediately become Uttama. Okay? Hare Krishna. Yes. Poonam Mataji, then Nidhi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji Dhanwad. Thank you for the beautiful class. Prabhuji, like Sati Devi, all glories to her. She could go and instruct her path. And now, in devotional life, we know that our the spiritual father and we have our own father. And sometimes there is a conflict and it's difficult to surrender. So how to keep that in mind? And we have certain obligations to the family also. So how to progress that?
Yeah. So nice question. Nice insight by Poonam Mataji that Sati started preaching. Okay. So, so Sati directly went and started preaching to her father Daksha, but we see the end result, what happened. So we must understand that we should never try to preach to our superiors, even if they are material superiors. So we should deal with them with respect, but we should not hear their instructions also. They will tell you don't chant Hare Krishna, they will tell you don't follow 4 regulative principles, go little slow, this is not the time, you are just in 30s, when you are in 60s you can perform devotional service. They will tell you like that, and we should tell yes Papa, we should I will definitely hear you, and do whatever they are saying completely opposite. We should smilingly, lovingly disobey their instructions of not performing devotional service. But we should smile and love and never offend them, never become angry. Yes. Whatever you are telling is good. I will do that. I will try to do that. Don't do. I will do that. I'll try to do that. And you do what is good according to Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, right? So, and as far as our duties towards them, we should nicely take care of our duties as daughter, as wife, as son, but we should never obey their instructions which are against the Krishna conscious instructions. We should not disobey also. How? We should only smile. Like my father used to call me and my sister used to call me and they used to shout at me telling, "Kya kar raha hai tum? What you are doing this?" And I'll just smile. And if you smile, what they will tell? Oh, nothing they will be able to tell. But I did my duties when I was studying, when I was working. I completed all the loans of my father. I completed the study loan of my sister. I made sure that the home is built. I made sure that the finances are there and all those things. As per as what my superiors told. My superior said that you are single son, so you should have a double. My Radheshyam Prabhu had said, I remember, I was planning for a ground floor only house. It will be less costly, na? It will be cheap, only ground floor. But Radheshyam Prabhu said, no, 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 you have to acquire money for 2 floors. I said, why Prabhuji 2 floor? They are going to be husband and wife staying there, 2 floor, why? I was thinking because 2 sisters are there, it will be divided. No, Radheshyam Prabhu, no, 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 no. The first floor, your father and mother, they will stay, but you will be in Brahmachari ashram. Who will take care of them? So someone of your relatives or someone of your person should come as a tenant in the ground floor. Then what will happen if the tenant is there, some emergency happens, immediately they can take to hospital or something they can do. But imagine it is only ground floor. Just imagine which superior will think all these things, right? And I followed exactly like that. You go to Puri, there is 2 floors only. And below who is staying? Below my father's mama's son, matlab my father's cousin brother, their family is staying. And they are providing all prasadam, whatever food and everything. And kuch emergency ho gaya, whatever happened. Oh, everyone is staying in Puri only, my all relatives and all. But we should try to exactly follow what the superiors are telling. Then we will see Krishna's direction in our life. But we should never follow them. I never followed my father. I took care of my father, right? To whatever extent I could do. Now I am a sannyasi. Now my sisters are taking care, and because they are taking care, I am here. I am very grateful to my sisters, actually, to my 2 sisters. Whatever emergency, anything happens, they are taking care. I am very grateful to the family who stays in the ground floor. So they are doing, and because they are doing, I am here serving all of you, serving society. But so long I was son, not a sannyasi, I did my service. As a student, I was studied very nicely. Never my father, mother had to tell me to study. I was self-motivated. No follow-up. I never went to any tuition. No follow-up. As a student, I did my studies responsibly. As a person who did job, I did my job responsibly. And as sannyasi, I am trying to do my service responsibly. But I never followed my father in terms of instructions towards Krishna consciousness. I always disobeyed him. And that's why maybe I'm getting some reactions for it in a physical way. My health is not good and all those things because I disobeyed my father. So, but one should be ready to disobey the instructions of even superior if those instructions are going against Krishna consciousness. But one should never offend the superiors, shout at them, become angry at them, or one should always take care of superiors, take care of the relatives and family members, love them, but never follow them. Smilingly disobey them, lovingly disobey. Yes, yes, Father, you are everything for me, and do what Srila Prabhupada is telling. And take care of them so nicely. When father comes, feed him so nicely, so nicely. उनका पैर दबाइए, but वो बोलेंगे बेटी जप मत करो. नहीं पापा मैं आपका पैर दबाऊंगा, but जप करूंगी. Like that, we should kill them with our love. No, like sometimes our wives are complaining, like our husbands are not becoming devotees. How do we do that? And the wife should become such a wife after the husband should have no complaint. The husband should say, my goodness, what Prabhuji you have done to my wife after becoming a devotee. She is massaging my feet. I used to massage her feet. Now she is massaging my feet after becoming a devotee. Oh, my dear wife, chant. If 16 rounds you are massaging feet, and what will happen if you chant 64 rounds, 32 rounds and become pure devotee? What will happen to me? So then no husband will have any problem with the wife. No wife will have any problem with the husband. But we should not follow the materialistic advice of our relatives. We should love them, take care of them, and very nicely take care of them. Very nicely take care of of our duties, as if we are the best person, best wife, best husband, best daughter. But as soon as Krishna consciousness comes, we should lovingly, smilingly disobey. Yes. I will not chant. I will never chant 16 rounds, but you chant 16 rounds. I will never follow the 4 regulative principles. I will, for protein's sake, I will immediately take non-veg, but never take non-veg. So in that way, we should lovingly, very lovingly, affectionately disobey them. Okay? Hare Krishna. Yes.
Thank you.
Hari Bol. Nidhi Mataji. Last.
Prabhuji, it's not a question, it's a request. Please, can you put the 2 documents that you refer to for Kanishta Adhikari and for Sadhu into the reading material?
Yeah. I'll put it in the reading material on the app. Okay? All of you have joined from the app today?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. That's nice. It's easy or it's difficult?
It's easier.
Okay, it's easier. Very good. Okay, Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna.